Houthi rebels strike first blow via Israel. The Middle East has been absolutely rocked by fears of conflict breaking out. Houthi rebels have launched an unprecedented attack on Israel since April 2023, identifying Israeli and Allied ships separately and choosing their moment to strike. When an American warship and a merchant vessel were destroyed by the wrath of these strikes in early December, the seriousness of these attacks became evident, if they weren't already. As an armed non-state entity in turn, the Houthis have developed into expert craftsmen in the realm of missile technology, specializing in ballistic missiles that are extremely potent in combat. The most notable part of their weaponry is the Tuan, feared worldwide, is a medium-ranged missile which was designed in Iranian laboratories. The Cham, its genesis, compared to liquid-fueled missiles, its solid-fuel propulsion technology offers advantages in terms of speedier deployment and greater mobility. This was also seen as a breakthrough for them in terms of weapons and technology, as its stated range, as a medium-range ballistic missile, is between 800 and 1,000 kilometers, 500 and 620 miles, which was their longest-ranged missile at the time of creation. The Tuan was built on the foundations of the Shahab 3. This went through huge upgrades, which saw it able to reduce fuel consumption and enhance thrust, making it more useful. They also experimented with technological changes, with the guidance system receiving an upgrade, increasing the accuracy and range. With a range spanning between 1118 to 1243 miles at the speed of 621 miles per hour, it has the capacity to reach Israel's most southern city, which will no doubt be a concern. In addition to this, its cargo weighing between 2,250 kilograms and 1,543 kilograms is a recipe for disaster and can cause mass destruction. First revealed to the public in a military parade, it was met with unconditional support from the Iranians, as a mark of how far the Houthi rebels have come. In addition to creating these deadly missiles, the Houthi rebels in Yemen have issued a warning to Israel, the US, and other Western allies, stating that any hostile action by foreign troops against their country would have severe repercussions and be extremely expensive. In an effort to put pressure on Israel in its fight against the Palestinian militant group Hamas, the Houthis, who are affiliated with Iran and govern a large portion of Yemen but are not recognized internationally, have increased maritime tensions by attacking important waterways almost daily. A member of the Ansarullah Politburo, led by the Houthi Ali al-Kahum, stated that Yemen was prepared to counter any military action by the US, Israel, or other Western powers. In an interview with Lebanon's Al Mayadeen TV late on Friday, al-Kahum declared, "The Houthis will not abandon the Palestinian cause, regardless of any US, Israeli, or Western threats." And he added that operations against Israel will go on. The danger was revealed when two of the biggest shipping corporations in the world declared they would stop making any trips across the Red Sea in response to several Houthi attacks on ships. German container shipping company Hapag-Lloyd announced on Friday that it will halt operations in the Red Sea until Monday, while Danish shipping major Maersk said on Friday that it was stopping its ships' transit through the vital Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The Houthis, who are ardent proponents of Palestine, took credit for the assaults and declared, "We will not stop stopping any ship from entering Israeli ports until the food and medicine that our people in the Gaza Strip need is delivered. We guarantee that ships traveling to all ports worldwide, excluding Israeli ports, will not experience any harm, and they are required to maintain their identifying device on." In Tel Aviv, US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan informed reporters that the Houthis are pulling the trigger, so to speak, but Iran is holding the gun. According to him, the Houthis were endangering the Red Sea's freedom of movement, which is essential for the vast supplies of goods and oil. The region, which connects to the Red Sea, Israel's southern port facilities, and the Suez Canal, is involved in about 40% of global trade. According to sources, insurance premiums for vessels traveling through the region have increased recently, reaching upwards of tens of thousands of dollars for larger vessels such as oil tankers. Commercial vessels are not as protected as warships traveling through the Red Sea, despite the fact that the former are well-equipped and capable of retaliation. Additionally, the rebels have attempted, and at least once in November succeeded, to hijack and seize many ships in the Red Sea. American, British, and French warships are still circling the area and have shot multiple Houthi missiles out of the sky. The UK Defence Secretary, Grant Shapps, stated on X on Saturday that the HMS Diamond of the United Kingdom had used a Sea Viper missile to take down a suspected attack drone that was aiming for commerce ships in the Red Sea. As for the continuous threats to ships in the Red Sea, Sullivan stated at his news conference in Israel that the US is working with the international community, with partners from the region and from all over the world. All ships in the Red Sea bound for Israeli ports, regardless of their nationality, is the stated objective of the Houthis. They claim that attacks won't stop until Gaza gets the food and medication it needs. They are undoubtedly making a difference. 4 of the largest shipping companies in the world, accounting for more than 50% of the capacity of container shipping worldwide, have suspended operations through Bab al-Mandeb, the narrow gateway at the southern tip of the Red Sea, since December 15th, in response to a drone and ballistic missile strike on 2 merchant vessels. The far longer trip around the Cape of Good Hope was the reason behind the fleet's rerouting from the Red Sea, as stated by the Israeli cargo shipping company Zim. Additionally, yesterday, all of BP's tankers passing through the area were put on hold. The most recent disturbance happened on November 19th, when a Houthi-manned helicopter touched down on the deck of the British-owned Galaxy Leader, which is connected to Israel. On Yemen's western coast, the port of Hodeidah, under Houthi control, is still holding the cargo ship and its crew. This past weekend, HMS Diamond downed a drone launched by the Houthi, marking the first time the Royal Navy has shot down an aerial target since the Gulf War in 1991. The drone might have been produced for 100 times less than the missile, which is thought to have cost up to £2 million. Last night, US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced Operation Prosperity Guardian, a multinational security initiative to defend shipping against Houthi assaults, in response to multiple shipping companies declaring suspensions from the Red Sea. Along with Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Seychelles, and Spain, Britain is a member of the Naval Coalition. The new coalition may choose to launch a naval convoy of ships, a kind of defense not seen since the Persian Gulf tanker war of the 1980s. From the Houthis' rise from the Believing Youth, a Zaidi Shia revivalist movement in the 1990s, their military prowess has undergone a significant transformation. It was partly a reaction to the rise of Salafism in Yemen, which Saudi Arabia was funding. Hussein al-Houthi, the founder of Believing Youth and a legislator, was killed by Yemeni security forces in 2004. This event set off the first of 6 battles between the state and the Houthis. When President Ali Abdullah Saleh's more than 3 decades of control came to an end in 2011, the Houthis in Yemen laid down their guns and joined non-violent anti-government protests. In an attempt to regain control, their erstwhile adversary, Saleh, and his military allies allied themselves with the Houthis in 2014. This was a classic Yemeni plot twist. The previous president helped the Houthis stage a coup in which they overthrew the government after fighting their way through 3 governorates and besieging a significant military facility in the city. The ragtag militia had reached adulthood. 6 months later, in March 2015, Saudi Arabia intervened on behalf of the deposed Yemeni government, spearheading a military operation against the Houthis. The United States and the United Kingdom, UK, would provide the Saudis with substantial military backing, with the UK's largest arms company, BAE Systems, playing a major role in sustaining its air force. Growing Iranian funding of the Houthis occurred concurrently with their ascent. Political backing gave way to military cooperation in 2014, which included training, fabrication, and supply of weaponry. Prior to 2014, the Houthis would not have had the means, equipment, or experience necessary to execute the most recent assaults in the Red Sea. Now, a key component of the Houthi arsenal are dubbed copies of Iranian-made drones and missiles that are displayed in military drills in Sana'a. With their increasing actions in the Red Sea, they have established themselves as a crucial component of the Iranian-led axis of resistance, proving their worth to the anti-Western, anti-Israel alliance. Yemen's approach to the conflict with Israel is the most well-liked of all the regional actors, according to a poll of Palestinians released last week. Thank you for watching till the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you never miss a video. See you next time.